Breaking news now from Capitol Hill, where one lawmaker unveils his plan to close corporate tax loopholes. Damon Javers is live with Texas Democrat Lloyd Doggett.
Hi, Sue. Well, just in time for tax day, we've got a brand new GAO report that's out right here at this minute, detailing the growth of corporate tax loopholes over the years. Let me bring you a couple of the quick headline findings here, starting with this number, 61. That was the number of corporate tax expenditures back in 1986. Today, there are 80 corporate tax expenditures. Those are tax loopholes that allow companies to save money. It costs the taxpayer $181 billion a year for all of those loopholes. The biggest loophole here cited in this new report is the accelerated depreciation of machinery and equipment. That's something that companies love to take advantage of. And as you say, I'm joined now by the man who ordered up this report, Congressman Lloyd Doggett of Texas. Congressman, you've read the report. What does this tell you about the state of American taxation today?
Well, tax day is not nearly so taxing for American corporations as it is for the rest of us. This report showing that tax loopholes actually exceed the amount of tax revenue by American corporations is really consistent with other recent reports, one of which showed that 30 of America's largest corporations spent more money lobbying this Congress than they contributed to the United States Treasury in taxes.
But now you call these tax loopholes. A lot of people will say, hey, the government put these carve-outs in the law in order to incentivize certain behavior. The reason the tax deduction is in there for machinery is because the government wants companies to buy machinery. Why shouldn't companies take advantage of this?
Yes, and my concern is that overall, at a time that corporate revenues are at historic highs and the corporate contribution as a portion of all taxes is at historic lows, is that we cannot extend all of these tax preferences and expenditures indefinitely. The depreciation provision was done as part of the Economic Recovery Act. We have recovered some, and there's a question whether it ought to be different than the actual useful life of equipment, machinery that corporations might buy. We began this year on January 1 with a fiscal cliff deal that corporate America did not contribute a nickel to. In fact, some corporations got significant cuts. Before we place more burden on American families, I think we need to close some of these corporate loopholes.
Great. Congressman Lloyd Doggett, thanks so much, guys. Obviously, a lot here to think about as we think about the possibility of Washington doing tax reform later on this year. Back to you.
Eamon, thank you.